Hi, my name is Alexander Yusoltsev and I want to thank everyone who have found the time to join us today. We have gathered at the first online event that addresses a comprehensive analysis of automobile distributors and dealer networks' digital services in Russia. Why do we want to talk about this specifically now? First of all, the current formats of remote service and digital capabilities don't meet the expectations of customers. Secondly, most of the dealers are not ready to transform processes in the favor of the customers. And the last but not least is that the quality of remote service and digital capabilities can become the biggest advantage for the car brand. The role of automakers is critical in building meaningful online customer experience. Car dealers expect car manufacturers to support the development and the implementation of effective online customer interactions. These initiatives require a fully integrated sales model between automakers and car dealers. In a little less than 45 minutes, you will be presented with the results of a wide-scale study. 35 brand sites were reviewed according to 170 evaluation criteria. Here is the list of the brands which were additionally divided into segments of mass and premium. Speakers of today's event are representing the list of companies on the slide. They will introduce themselves one after another and will dive into the list of criteria they will represent. But the main blocks are digital retailing tools and websites, online merchandising quality management, timing and quality of traffic processing, effectiveness of marketing channels analysis, and overall customer satisfaction. But I will begin by sharing with you a summary of the research. In accordance with the list of criteria, I will talk about brands that were the best in their field and those that were falling behind. The main conclusion we have made: nobody achieved an outstanding result on the final assessment. And the winner, which is BMW brand, only scored 52% of a possible 100. The rest of the leaders managed to do only 50, and the average score is around 34. It definitely doesn't mean that everybody failed and the current state is bad. But it means all of the brands have a great room for improvement. We are insisting that the main reason we are not meeting the expectation of customers is that all of us are not fully aware of the best practices and about the needs of the customers. Here is the detailed rating of brands separated into premium and mass segments. Also, there is no significant difference in the premium and mass, and the overall averages for both segments fluctuate in the range of 30 to 35%. And the winners in the mass segment are not so far behind the premium. Here is the average value graph by criteria and how the winner deviates from them. Downward deviation is highlighted in red. So this is the specific data each brand can use to find the best and the worst part of customer experience. This slide will give us information on all the average values by criteria sorted in descending order. We have highlighted the criteria which would have most critical value for the customers. As you can see, many of them are below the average. So those are the ones we would advise to start working with. For example, see the after sales part of the criteria. The ones which are connected with service and vehicles. Those are the weak point. Most of the brands do not have any application forms for customers to plan their service visits. Also, you can see that almost all brands have mobile and adaptive versions of the websites, but the uploading speed is still one of the biggest problems, so the customers just leave. That concludes the summary, so let's get into the nitty-gritty and move to the next presenter.
Hello everyone, my name is Daniel Pervukin and I'm a co-founder and managing partner of Trade Dealer. We've been connecting franchise dealers and car owners over the internet for more than 10 years, as well as developing our solutions at the intersection of marketing and IT for the automotive industry in Russia. The accumulated experience and expertise in projects for OEMs, dealers and banks allow us to give an expert assessment of the current situation with remote services for OEMs websites. Let's talk about websites and remote services. The minimum set of services for obtaining user needs today looks like communication of real and available cars in dealer stock, price configurator taking into account price specials, online trading appraisal, credit calculator with approval, online insurance and upsell tools, prepayment and vehicle reservation, Most OEM meet less than 50% of user expectations today. If we talk about the availability of new cars, then 30% of the brands studied do not have it. And some of those that do have it, the service is difficult to find on the website, which complicates the customer's journey. And only 50% of OEMs show the used cars availability in the franchised dealership network. However, this segment of the market is one of the most promising in terms of B2B, and in fact, the product is not displayed online. Half of them do not communicate credit prices and special offers. Although the share of dealers financed sales in 2020 is about 50%. That is, half of you do not have the price payment per month for which half of your customers buy cars. 90% of dealers don't have any additional equipment, accessories or services for a certain car on vehicle detail page, which accounts for 20% of the dealer margin. Parameter as important as real content is for the most part missing. Only one brand shows real photos of the car and all the others use standard renderings. This could increase the online conversion rate to inquiries by nearly 20%. Most online showrooms do not have features familiar in the e-commerce era for the buyer, such as adding a car to favorites, comparing it, or simply sharing a specific car with a friend. The rating of individual brands was negatively affected by the fact that most websites don't provide any additional services along the customer's journey. There is no way to appraise the trade-in and take into account its allowance for the transaction. The credit calculator often limited to introductory information about programs. The user cannot add any additional products to the calculation. The most critical point is the fact that only 5 brands have implemented the process and calculation of all the stages of the car purchase, which means that the user will have to contact from 3 to 5 people, constantly having to repeat their needs. The customer's journey should be transparent and seamless, natively promoting the buyer's journey online to the transaction as far as they are ready for it. Today, customers rely on consumer experience from other areas, and if they can make a huge purchase in a couple of clicks, solve all the bank issues without leaving the mobile app, and even buy an apartment, there is no doubt that they expect the same level of service when they're buying a car. OEM website in their current form can only offer a layer of disparate forms which will have to be followed by numerous of calls and visits from one salesperson to another. And let's talk about after-sale services. One of the important evaluation criteria was the availability of online service appointments. 30% of the study subjects do not have this option, and there is also no possibility to choose free service time slots. Lack of attention to online car service from OEMs leads to the car owners leaving to be served at independent service centers, which are more adapted to the processing and conversion of online traffic. Owners of 40% of brands will not be able to navigate the cost of body and mechanical repairs, and the calculation of repairs is present at less than half of the brands. Less than 15% have a spare parts showcase. The criteria for evaluating this parameter was also included the ability to select by model and trim to display real prices. And that was present only at a few brands. This fact may lead to many owners looking for spare parts in retail stores, which do not always offer authentic. The share of counterfeit car components is estimated to be 20–30% of entire market. Our company, Trade Dealer, has an expertise in preparing and launching digital retailing services for a number of dealers and OEMs. At a personal meeting, we can show detailed analysis of your brand, give effective recommendations for improving the situation, and show how our products can be useful for you. Thank you and bye-bye.
Hello everyone, my name is Eric Peretz and I'm here to present to you data mining platform Expert. Our platform is designed specifically for automotive retail professionals such as dealers, OEMs, captive financial institutions, and insurance companies. The Expert used car management software suite, including used car appraisal tool and used car inventory management tool, gives our partners the most accurate and powerful live market data available on the market today. Based on the investment-minded approach, the data mining platform Expert helps our partners maximize every used vehicle investment in the current market in the entire Russian Federation. Say goodbye to one-size-fits-all used vehicle pricing, and hello to dynamic market-based pricing from Expert. Our pricing module gives OEMs and franchise dealers the tools and live market insights to find the sweet spot between competitive pricing and maximum profits. With access to Expert's industry-leading live market data, it is easy to build a more precise inventory, sell more cars, and generate more profits all from one screen. As you can see on the first slide, we are presenting to you a full cycle data mining platform for OEM's effective CPO management. If we take a look at the second slide, certification programs by brands, and if we look at the first line, we can see Hyundai here, and we can see that certification vehicles can be certified up to 5 years of age, or up to 130,000 kilometers, whatever comes first, and so on with all other brands. On the second slide, our analytics presented to us by statistics by brand of the entire pre-owned vehicle market in the Russian Federation. Once again, I'm going to start with Hyundai because Hyundai is in the first line. We can see amount of units on sale in the entire Russian Federation. And this amount of 18,108 is broken down by franchise dealers, used car dealers, and private sellers. On this screen, you can see as well amount of units, percentage of all units, average selling rate by category. These slides will be available and you will be able to study them at the later time. Second slide is basically the same. We're trying to cover all the brands in Russian Federation. And on the third slide, you can see distributors dashboard. Distributor dashboard gives you an opportunity in real time tracking of current dealers' inventory, vehicle appraisals, and sales results, actual selling price and dealer margins for the entire dealer network. You have an opportunity of full online certification process, including possibilities of approval, refusal, interaction with the dealer network, and of course real-time publishing and tracking of classified ads on the dealers and distributors' websites. On the next slide, you can see distributor dashboard. All the information which you can see on this screen is based on the experience of manufacturers, OEMs in the United States. Based on this slide or based on this dashboard, you will have an opportunity in real time, using real numbers, set up goals in CPO vehicle sales for each dealer in your brand. And these goals actually will be based on the real numbers, and these goals will be a fair, attainable goals by dealers on the quarterly basis. And on the last slide, I would like to present to you our dealer network cover in the Russian Federation. As you can see today, our data mining platform is being used by over 1,000 dealerships all around Russia, and we would love to get your attention, and I would be happy to meet with any manufacturer and discuss a possibility of helping you manage your CPO programs. Thank you so much for your attention.
I'm Dmitry Savchenko, bearer of bad news, and also the founder of Bachata, the biggest chat platform in Russian automotive industry. My colleagues have talked about other criteria, and now I will speak about how effective processing and messaging traffic systems are in Russian dealerships, and also if the OEMs have mobile applications. Let's begin by talking about the efficiency of traffic processing, which was calculated after analyzing selected car dealers in one specific brand by checking call processing, inquiries, callback services, and hotlines of OEM. In details, we provide speed and quality of answer to dealership calls, speed and quality of answer to inquiries, quality of answer on the OEM hotline, availability of callback services on OEM website, availability of chat on dealership site, and quality of answering in chat. General conclusion is that we have very poor results. 50% of traffic is lost. Let's consider separately the number of processed calls, requests, and chats. If everyone managed with the processing of calls, then they definitely did not with the inquiries. Average score of 71% for call versus 39% for inquiries. At the same time, 20% of brands have a score of 0 in inquiry processing. That is, they didn't call back or could not answer questions. 46% of the surveyed brands do not have a callback on their side, as well as 50% of all premium brands presented. We also noticed that the chat rooms are poorly organized on dealer sites, as evidenced by a 12% out of 100% score on the chat check criterion. At the same time, only 11% of brands had chat on the OEM's website. Colleagues, these can hardly be called acceptable indicators, especially in current times. When comparing the quality of answers to calls and chats, calls are 55% better. Criteria for call quality to describe the complete process of remote car purchase, taking into account its registration on credit. Criteria for chats give information on the availability of car and the terms of the loan. The proportion of chats in relation to calls based on Avito and automotive news data. The analysis of a mobile application for brands were carried out within these parameters. App availability in Google Play and App Store. Functionality, I mean registration of personal account and binding the vehicle by VIN, registration for servers, server history, rating of the mobile application and Google Play and App Store. The result is that 34% of brands don't have mobile app. Of these, 70%, this is 2 brands, are from the premium segment. The remaining 23 brands have an average rating of 34%, which indicates that application is insufficiently full, no spare parts and accessories, and no loyalty program. So, that's all, folks.
This is your business and customers that you are not managing to answer in time. Every second you are losing clients and profit. Unite all chats under one system and answer everyone on time. Bachata, the biggest chat platform for automotive.
Hello everyone, my name is Alexander Ernezaks. I'm the founder of Marketolog.io, a subscription-based startup that provides marketing services for car dealerships. Today, I would like to tell you about the research I made based on how car brands interact with the search engines. I studied how well the distributors work with the search engines, because they are the main source of traffic for sites. The high quality of work means the better user experience for the clients looking for a brand, both in the paid and organic search. I analyzed the brands according to 6 criteria. 3 of them for evaluating pay-per-click and 3 for search engines optimization. Criteria for pay-per-click were search impression share. This metric is fundamental for a brand that wants to be shown on a search result page. Then we looked at ad extensions. We chose this point because extensions expand an ad with additional information that gives users more reasons to choose your business. And they also give an ad greater visibility and increase its click-through rate. And the third criterion was remarketing. This tag helps you get your potential customer back and remind them to make a purchase. As for search engine optimization, I assessed brands due to metadata analysis. First of all, I looked at the percent of optimized title tags. This tag is very important because this is the first thing users see on a search result page and browser steps. The title tag is also the first thing search engines analyze when scanning the website or page content. After analyzing title tags, we moved on to the percent of optimized H1 tags. H1 is the headline of a page. The main purpose of H1 is to attract users' attention within a website. And last but not least criterion is the percent of optimized description tags. A description tag is a web page summary which is also shown on a search results page. At large, your client decides if they are going to visit our website or not because of description tags. According to the research and these 6 criteria, the best performance result an analyzed brand could get will be 100%. The results we have got were as follows. No brands have reached the 100% result. Median value showed 55% and belonged to the brands of Skoda and Fiat. The least performing brand was Ford, that scored only 24%. The gap between Ford and the closest contestant was 20%. Among the top 5 brands were Porsche, Lexus, Mitsubishi, Renault, and Hyundai. All of them have scored 65% and 66%. As you see, there's a room for improvement. However, it gives us a lot of space for growing and testing. And projects like Marketolog.io get the chance to exist while car brands can harvest both paid and free traffic from the search engines. We will show you the rest of the research results after the presentation. Thank you for your attention and have a good day.
Good afternoon, dear colleagues. My name is Dmitry Tetikov and I am the head of SmartPoint company. We are an IT company developing IT solutions and implementing digital services. More than 450 Russian car dealers apply to us to get services in many important areas, including reputation management. And as a part of this event, I would like to present you the results of our study that show what customers actually say about your dealers on the internet and what activity dealers are doing in social networks. Nowadays, car dealers compete not only with each other. When it comes to servicing or buying a car, the customer has a choice. At exactly this stage, trust in the company appears to be an important selection criterion. In order to form this trust, a company should get good recommendation by other customers and be open. But what is happening now? Dealers carry out telephone service among their customers at a distributor's request. Such service takes place with a delay, may not be convenient for a customer because they are done by phone and contain many questions that a distributor needs but a customer doesn't. As a result, such service becomes ineffective and biased because dealers end up showing the picture the distributor wants to see but customers cannot be fooled. That is why we looked at the dealer's reputation through the eyes of a user on the internet and presented this study. For this study, we selected dealers of each brand by federal districts, but not less than 10% of each dealer's network. Then each dealer was analyzed according to 40 criteria, including such case ones as rating or listings, relevance of reviews, and presence of official feedbacks, representation and activity of a dealer in social networks. Based on these criteria, the integral score was carried out. On this slide, you can see the results of the average integral score by brands. As you can see, only 3 brands scored more than 50%. Volkswagen, Lada and Haval, with Volkswagen leaving the other 2 far behind. All other brands are below 50%. The reason for such low score results for most dealers are low star ratings, which indicate the presence of negative customer reviews and the lack of work with such popular platforms as 2GIS, Zoom, Yelp. Only 9% of all dealers who took part in the study had a section with customer reviews on their websites. At the same time, only 39 of car dealers provide customers with the opportunity to leave a comment on the site. At the end, I present you the results of the average integral score regarding social media marketing. The study was conducted on 4 platforms: ВКонтакте, Instagram, Facebook and YouTube. As you can see, the first place is still occupied by Volkswagen, followed by Lexus and Jaguar on the 2nd and 3rd places. Note the score results of the dealers of all brands are lower than 50%. As usual nowadays, the most popular platform among dealers is Instagram, while YouTube has the lowest rates. Although, according to the research carried out by Google, 80% of users watch car videos on YouTube when making a decision to buy a new car. Special attention should also be paid to the fact that only few car dealers have published their stocks of cars available for sale on social networks. That's all, I think. I will be happy to share detailed study results during a personal meeting. We will show the current situation with working on the reputation on the internet and the quality of work with communities in social networks. Moreover, as a result of the meeting, we will formulate an action plan and demonstrate our new solution: GetLoyalty platform for managing the company reputation and working with customer reviews, the video of which you will see right now. Thank you very much.
We are grateful for each and every presenter's team for hundreds of hours preparing this research. Let us again see the final results. I will remind you that even the leaders are halfway there to bring the experience customers expect. That is why we are announcing the opportunity to set up an extended appointment with the study authors' teams to receive the detailed analysis according to the evaluated criteria with an individual step-by-step plan of changes. All departments, sales, service, marketing, strategy and innovations, during the meetings you will receive an idea of the ideal map of the shopping experience, taking into account the existing expectations of the buyer and the restrictions of the legislation in Russia. We will be able to talk not in general, but in detail with certain existing tools and particular budgets of implementation. In order to set up the appointment, just send us an email, either the one on the screen or contact any of the authors directly. And again, why now? Customers feel the lack of convenience and are looking for the best customer experience. This could be the real competitive advantage, both for brand and for dealership network. The only thing we need to do is to unite and make our customers happy. The only thing we need to avoid is this kind of situation. This is not a screenshot, but it is the real translation of the text which customers see when they are leaving the brand site to see availability of vehicles on the dealership websites. To say it another way, the brand states that it is not in charge of its dealership services. So send us an email and we will visit your office to talk in details. How we can build a seamless customer experience, corresponding to the interests of both dealerships and the brand. We are awaiting your requests. Let's make it from 34% to 100%.